Westnile TV, lighting up the region.
Very good evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE Cast only on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day every day from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. My name's Ukumiringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines today. In the headlines tonight, South Sudanese advocate for peace in the Junubin Culture Festival 2024. The victims of the URA shooting in Majikolo district still under critical conditions in Nebi General Hospital. And stray animal owners in Ajumani district given 2 days ultimatum. This and more in the NILE Cast News Bulletin. It's the 6th of January 2024. You're most welcome to the NILE Cast only on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. A number of participants drawn from among the 64 tribes of the South Sudan today gathered at Heritage Courts in Arua City to take part in the Junubin Culture Festival 2024. During the event, various stakeholders called for peace to prevail in the world's youngest country since a huge population of its citizens have been pushed into exile due to political instabilities. Farish Majid reports.
With several musical performances and speeches, message calling for peace, unity and love was passed out by the various stakeholders to the different tribes of South Sudan, with the call to end the insurgencies within the world's youngest nation. South Sudan, a nation comprising of 64 tribes, is one of the countries that has witnessed a number of insurgencies ranging from civil wars, tribal conflicts, among others, forcing a number of its citizens into exile up to date. Information from United Nations High Command for Refugees indicates that nearly 2.4% of the country's population is internally displaced, and 65%, more than which half are children. In a bid to promote a peaceful coexistence among these tribes living in Western sub-region, stakeholders held the second edition of the Junubin Cultural Festival in Arua City that took place at the Heritage Courts Hotel with a focus on peace building. Joyce Mbaraza Inosa, the brain behind the engagement, says she was motivated to come up with the idea of the festival due to her love to unite these tribes living in exile through preaching peace and unity.
Okay, I personally am a peacemaker. I grew up in church and I love unity and peace among the people. When I see my people scattered, not together, I said no, there's something I can do as a person to give back to my community, to bring them together. So that's why, that's what motivated me. I really love to see my people together as one. That's why I brought this together, so that we can build the peace, we can build our unity as South Sudanese.
Some of the participants from the various communities from the nation also shared their views about what they think about the event.
We can show it like the way now we are going to dance, and our people will go and see us. And if those people see us, they will know that there's something going on, that all the South Sudanese are together and they are united. So on that one, they will take the message outside there.
I think we shall be really circle with it, because most of the youth are so united. We are united like back here in Uganda. So
I'm so happy and excited that I've come together with my other colleagues, other community members, other communities from South Sudan to share love and embrace peace among ourselves here as person of concerns living in Arua. I appreciate the government for bringing us here, offering for us the peaceful stay and the coexistence between us and the host communities.
Honorable Nora Zangabeo, who works with the Procurement Department of South Sudan government, promised to carry on the message spread from the festival, most especially to the leaders way back at South Sudan.
We are going to talk to our government that the youth in Uganda, in particular in Arua, is challenging us as the people of South Sudan to bury what divides us, to take away what makes us not love one another despite our different tribes and cultures and the locations where we live. And this is a lesson.
Tako Godfrey, the Community Services Officer from Office of the Prime Minister, who was also the chief guest at the function, appreciates the activity. As he says, such engagements give hope to peaceful coexistence among the refugees.
Initially, when these refugees came, they still had the grudge that was back home. You would find one community attacking the other, but with all this cohesion, bringing them together, you find the leaders are engaged and they are able to understand that they are in Uganda for the same cause. It is the war that has brought them to Uganda, and they have to live peacefully and to support each other.
Among the communities from the 64 tribes of South Sudan that graced the event include the Dinka, the Nuer, the Nuba, among others.
For a country that has had history of insurgencies for quite a long period of time, music can actually be used to transform the society through talking to the masses. And today the Junubin Festival is actually one that did attract a number of youths, because the youths are the majority and they are the future leaders and who can actually transform society in one way or the other. And the Junubin Cultural Festival in Arua City was actually one that attracted so many of these youths from the 64 tribes of South Sudan to come and showcase their talent. And Tina, I want to extend the microphone back to you at the Political Command Center to take the viewers through with the NILE CAST Bulletin. Thank you.
And more in our stories this evening. Women in Arua district have benefited from the different women's circle groups started by Honorable Paparo Lillian, the woman member of parliament for Arua district, that has improved on their livelihood. This was revealed during a mid-term performance review engagement meeting organized by Honorable Paparo Lillian, the woman member of parliament for Arua district, with her parish, sub-county and district coordinators to give accountability of the activities carried out in the district from the year 2022 to 2023. Take a look.
Women in Arua district have benefited from the different women's circle groups started by Honorable Paparo Lillian, the woman member of parliament Arua district, that has improved on their livelihood. This was revealed during a mid-term performance review engagement meeting organized by Honorable Paparo Lillian, the woman member of parliament for Arua district, with sub-county and district coordinators to give accountability of the activities carried out in the district from the year 2022 to 2023. Eriako Pontius, the Logiri Sub-County Coordinator, thanked Honorable Paparo for his midterm accountability engagement with the coordinators through the district and applauded the formation of the women's circle groups, stating that it has brought unity and generating the ideas of savings and leadership in women.
The circle is transforming the life of people very much in the following ways. One, it has brought unity in the parish level where all the women are gathered together, and also it generates idea of a good leadership skills among the community, especially women. You know, in those days, women used to fear. They thought they cannot lead. But today, due to these circles, a woman finds herself as a leader, leading the whole women in their respective parishes. And I'm sure, in the long run, those leaders, elected leaders who are running the circle, will develop that idea of becoming other leaders in the future because they are now in the system. Yes, one, people are now realizing the importance of savings. You know, economically, in our culture, people used not to think about savings. People used to think about, you can see in those days, people used to buy meat. Even a single person can buy 4 kilograms of meat. But today, people think of savings. And the challenges used to be there at the end of the year. But these days, you cannot hear. Women are not going back to their places. It generates the idea of savings. People are now progressing well in terms of educating their children. Loans which used to be borrowed from the banks where there is a lot of challenges. People these days borrow money within.
Alero Pasca, a coordinator for Logri sub-county, stated that the women's circle groups have been able to generate 15 million shillings from the original 5 million shillings given by Honorable Paparo Lillian.
It has given us around 5 million shillings for that women's circle, and we are dealing with it very well. That is also Paris, and then in Oliver Paris, then Lazare Paris also the same. Lazare Paris gave 6 million. Then we are left with the 3 parishes. That is Anyavo, Okavo, and Ziki. They are there mobilizing. I know after this, she's going to launch their circle, and the circle is doing very well. These women organize themselves in villages. That 5 million plus the one they are topped on, so it was around 9 million. That's the money we started with. Right now, if you go on the ground, that money has raised over 15 million.
Honorable Paparo Lillian, the woman member of parliament, Arua district, stated that though there were a few challenges, the women's circle groups managed to pick on in some sub-counties compared to others. She further noted that this mid-term review is meant for the coordinators to get a clear picture of the activities accrued out, achievements, challenges, and ways forward.
Today I was with my coordinators from Paris level to sub-county and the district. We are doing a mid-term review of our performance in office. So we had a summary of the activities that we have done, spreading around across the districts. So I gave them the feedback, and why I wanted all of them to be in one place is also there are some activities I do them in other sub-counties when they are not done in other sub-counties. But like the general review was for them to get a greater picture of what we do together with them, and that was what we went through. But we also looked at the challenges that we have gone through. One key challenge was the element of timely communication and flow of information, because we realized even if they are Paris coordinators, you find some community leaders want to engage directly with me, and at times because I'm taken up, I don't see the messages or the letters don't reach in the rightful place. So, but we have agreed they will go back and engage with the village mobilizers so that everyone understands the better way of coordination and communication. There are some key activities that stand out, especially the Paris level women's circle. So in other places it picked very well, in other places it has had challenges. So this was also to get like the good comments of the parishes where it is doing so well. We had 1 or 2 parishes, but they confirmed that they have kind of cross-checked that.
As NRM, we are very, very grateful to her and to all those leaders who have done such kind of evaluation to see how far they have gone in implementing their manifestos. You know, it is very important because it makes you to gauge the gaps, to identify the gaps, and also to see how you can fill those gaps. And Honorable Lillian, in the 2 years, she has been on the ground, and she had designed some projects, most especially in giving financial support to women in the district, and she has been doing this parish by parish. I think that is the biggest project she has done, giving financial support, creating circles in all the parishes in the district. And that is, at the moment, actually, that is a key model the government is using to get people out of poverty. And the way she has been offering to the women in these circles, it has been so good. It is something which even our male MPs have never done. Organizing women, making them to contribute some capital, and she will put equivalent of what these women will have contributed. And in some of the parishes where the population base is large, women have been able to contribute 5 to 6 million. And the parishes which started this project, like Aweka Paris, their savings has already gone over 100 millions. So I'm happy of that particular project and many other projects.
This engagement brought together Honorable Paparo Lilian's coordinators from across Arua district so as to establish better timely and clear communication to ensure better performance in Arua district. Peace Oshakin, Okumuringa Christine, Westnile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories tonight. People who are injured as a result of the URA shooting in Madiokolo district are still battling for their lives, and as most of them are still under unstable health conditions despite receiving treatment at Nebi General Hospital. This was revealed during a visit by the Westnile television reporter about the progress of the victims. Alfred Jawok compiled the story.
Following the shooting on 3rd January 2024, Moses Ashidri, a resident of Pamadi village, Adra Parish of Faka Sub-County Madokolo district, succumbed to overbleeding at Nebi General Hospital on the fateful day they were taken for treatment. As UPDF attached to Uganda Revenue Authority opened fire during an operation to impound numberless motorcycles. Today, Westnile TV reporter visited the victims and discovered that the health conditions of the victims are worsening. A 13-year-old patient at Izio told this reporter that despite undergoing medication, she has no hope to walk again. Derek Opar, 22 years, a resident of Nebi district, equally said there is no improvement and appealed to Uganda Revenue Authority officials to take them now to a bigger hospital for further treatment. Meanwhile, Ben Munraru, a father to one of the victims, castigated Uganda Revenue Authority officials for using excessive or high-handedness and urged for accountability into the incident. He added that his daughter will never walk again as her right leg was damaged beyond recognition.
This total and it's permanent disability, and she will not be able to walk the way she used to move.
A section of leaders in Westnile region accused tax collection body of always being triggered happy when dealing with suspected smugglers. There is no official records whether any of the shooters have faced court of law. Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV, Nile Cast.
And more in our stories this evening. Authorities in Ajumani district have given a 2-day ultimatum to owners of animals who are leaving their animals astray to collect them, or the animals will risk being auctioned by the leaders in the district. Ozima Alan reports.
The owners of stray animals within Ajumani district have been called upon to collect them and take them to safe custody as they have become dangerous to people and other properties within the district. This came after animals have been seen loitering on the roads, which may be dangerous to the road users and other people within the district. Dr. Peter Taban, the resident district commissioner for Ajumani, has called on the leaders to sensitize people about valuing of their animals and taking care of them, since they have become disastrous in the districts of Ajumani.
I have seen that many people have started leaving their animals to stray around, even within town council. I want to challenge the LC3 chairpersons. I want to challenge the enforcement officers in the town councils. I want to challenge the leadership that we have already seen how the animal has been very important in our lives. and as a source of fund to our families.
The ban has issued a strong warning to those who will go against the ordinance, saying all the stray animals will be impounded and auctioned accordingly without the owners of these animals.
Therefore, I want to call upon those who have started leaving their animals roaming about, that we are giving you only today and tomorrow. Make sure you take your animals out of the roads and have them in a better place and protect them, otherwise you lose them. But we have put strict eyes on ground that should any other person come and enter, we are going to continue with removing these animals and taking them where the owner will want to take. And failure to do that, we'll have to auction those animals.
During dry seasons, most farmers neglect their responsibilities of looking after their animals, but rather resort to free range system as crop production's activities within the Westnile sub-region are put on hold, except those who are in swampy areas. Peace Ushaki, Panjima Alan, Westnile TV, Nile Cast.
And that, viewer, marks the end of the NILE cast, only on Westnile Television. Thank you always, viewers, for being with us from the beginning of the NILE cast to the end of the NILE cast, only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name's Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.